Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I've been doing diary updates for every month, but May is a little different. During this month, we had online school because of COVID, so there haven't been that much going on every day, which is why my May diaries are extremely scarce. But one day, I realized that I can create for what my heart loves most at the moment. Titanic! So I decided to draw a short comic for the life of Jack and Rose Dawson in 1912 if they both survived a disaster. I've been having this idea for so long now, so I guess May is the right time to actually start it. Enjoy! Hey guys! Instead of showing you guys my full-on May diaries, I'm going to focus on a section of the diaries I drew, and that's being Jack Dawson and Rose Dawson's life in 1912. So basically, just all the things I imagined Jack and Rose Dawson will go through if they both survived during the Titanic disaster. After watching Titanic, I've been stuck in this obsession for like 2 months now, and I can't get over it, so I won't try to get over it, and I will just start to create more things about Titanic since we can't go on, you know? I'm going to show you my May diaries after I talk about Jack and Rose's life since there aren't much. These pages are only about Jack and Rose's life in 1912, but the story of course does not end here, and I plan to create their whole life in the future. I'll draw all the memorable years in their lives. I'm not sure how it will turn out yet, but stay tuned. Anyways, wherever you are, let's start this journey!
I'm doing something really fun. So I wrote a document. Jack and Rose both survived, okay? And we're here to tell their story. So I'm going to tell a story of their whole lives. And these are all the events that I wrote because I recently can't think of anything. So I'm just gonna first draw about their lives during 1912 because I kind of ran out of diaries to draw because this is Jack right now. Opening my cap right now. Come, Josephine. Oh, so cute! Oh, and also, Jack and Rose's whole life after Titanic. How long did Jack and Rose's relationship last? 2 days. Why is it 2 days? Why is it freaking 2 days? It's supposed to be a lifetime. It lasted for a lifetime, okay? Don't believe everything Google says. And cow, we're not going to draw cow. We just forget cow. How does New York look like? New York. New York is there.
This lighting is weird, but it emphasizes this, not me. So, as you can see in this one, Jack found another piece of door and clung onto that because, you know, during that night, there are a lot of wood and debris and stuff floating in the ocean. So he could have just clung onto another one, you know. I know it's really hard when you're freezing, but this is how I imagine it would turn out. And in the distance, Rose is singing, "Come, Josephine, in my flying machine." And it's up she goes, up she goes. And both of Jack and Rose got rescued by the Carpathia, our hero ship Carpathia, and they're shivering in the cold. Oh, poor them. After they got off the Carpathia, volunteers gave them money. Some dollars to survive on since, you know, a lot of people's money got perished in sea, so they have to survive. And with those money, Jack and Rose decided to travel to New York. Well, I mean, they're already at New York, but they're traveling to New York City to start a new life. A beautiful life. And then, when they arrived to New York City, they went to a small apartment in New York City. It's not bad, but it's just smaller because they don't have enough money yet. So they got a small one, and one night, Jack and Rose are having a sweet conversation in the dining table. Rose was like, Jack, you should actually introduce people to your art. And Jack said, and you should actually become an actress or model. So they're trying to have jobs and become occupied in this city with endless opportunities. So let's see how those plans will turn out. Flip the page. Whoa! This is May 1912. It's basically what they did in May. I did not go from month to month. I almost went from month to month, but I just drew the most important months. So during May of 1912, Jack took Rose's suggestion and is currently sitting outside Central Park displaying his art to people on the street. And I actually experienced that as well. In 2019, when me and my family traveled to New York, we saw a bunch of like people displaying paintings, even of Audrey Hepburn outside of Central Park. And I remember the outside of Central Park with the fences is a really pretty place, so I just imagine him doing the same. And yeah, so he's displaying his art, and one day, oh my god, this old man noticed his art. Wow. He's like, And the old man said, "Your art is fascinating, young man. Tell me your story." And Jack just told him his story. Jack is like, well, you see, I was aboard the Titanic. You know, I've always enjoyed making art. And the man heard his story about Titanic and his passion for art, and he's like, "Come with me, young man." The old man is definitely touched by his amazing stories, because, you know, Jack isn't just an amazing artist, he's also an amazing storyteller. So they went to a gallery, and turns out this is the old man's gallery, and Jack's like, whoa. So the old man seemed like a normal old man, but is actually a rich old man with a gallery. So yeah, in this slide, the old man wants Jack to display his art in his gallery, and for his art, he wants Jack to write a story for each of his artwork. For example, you know, in the Titanic film, he drew a old lady that wears like shabby clothes but has the most amazing jewels waiting for her love in Paris. So he can write a story about that, about what he thinks the lady's been through. So yeah, he can write a lot of stories as descriptions for his artwork. So that's what he's doing right now. He is writing stories, and this man is like, "You are an excellent storyteller too, Mr. Dawson." And this Mr. Dawson is like, "Thank you very much, sir." After some days, Jack started a section in the man's gallery. Yay, it's not big, but it's some sections. The Jack Dawson Gallery. Jack, as you can see in this page, is slowly gaining success. And now let's see what Rose have been up to. Whoa, it's now June 1912. And meanwhile, Rose is having fun exploring NYC. So she went through Central Park, the city, Times Square, and the Met. I actually researched how New York looked like in the early 1900s, and it looks like this. So I just drew this. And yeah, one time when she's exploring New York City, she found a poster that says, "The NYC Theater is looking for young actresses." Oh my god, such a great opportunity. So Rose quickly grabbed this opportunity, rushed home, looked herself in the mirror, and wore her best dress, which is currently this one because she wore this in a sinking in the Titanic, and went in line to audition for the theater. Yay, way to go, Rose! Wow, this lady looks like Miss Peregrine. So in the audition lady person said like, "So young lady, tell me your story and why you want to try acting." And Rose is like, I don't have much experience in acting, but I do want to try. And later the old lady found out that she was on board the Titanic as well, and completely remembered her because of her amazing red hair and her story. Since Rose did very well in the interview, when they went back home, Jack and Rose
Had a little dance!
just like what they did in the third class party for each other's growing success. Oh my god, yay, this story is going really well. If you all don't know, I really like happy endings. Now we fly to July 1912. So in July 1912, we're focusing on Rose right now. Rose passed the interview successfully and started receiving scripts. Yay, Rose in a ponytail. She started to act in smaller roles. So she got parts, but smaller roles. And Rose worked very hard, as you can see. Rose practiced her lines with Jack. And Jack attended all of her plays without missing a single play. Meanwhile, for Jack, Jack is thriving in his gallery, and his gallery's title name is actually The Young Artiste Jack. Rose got bigger parts on stage since she is doing very well and with her pretty looks and also her talent, and even had photo shoots. So as you can see, these three photos, she has had photo shoots as a professional actress, and these three pictures are also in the actual movie. At the end, when Rose is lying on her bed, by her bedside, there are these three pictures of her as a model, which is so nice. And also in the actual film, it says by like Brock Lovett or something that Rose was an actress in the 20s. So yeah. Okay, we're on to our last slide, December 1912. With rising fame and money, so they are starting to get famous and wealthy, so they're also on the newspapers. New artist Jack Dawson taking over attention in New York City. A star is born, Rose Dawson, whoa! And yeah, Jack and Rose, they moved to a larger brownstone apartment in a peaceful street in New York, Brooklyn, because you know, I saw the movie called The Intern with Annie in it, and I think one of my dream places to live in the future, like in real life, is a brownstone apartment in Brooklyn, because I think the streets are so pretty and the apartments look so like comfortable and cozy, you know. So yeah, I want them to be cozy. The last slide, Merry Christmas 1912. As you can see, Jack and Rose are celebrating Christmas and also celebrating their growing success and their new life. Rose is like, Merry Christmas, Jack, and Jack is like, Happy New Year, Rose. Oh, so sweet. And they're having the same drink as they had in the 3rd class party. I finished drawing this on May 23rd, by the way. And that's the end of Jack and Rose's story in 1912. I did draw that, and I also posted this Instagram post about it, and you can check it out and you can read it. I hope you enjoyed watching Jack and Rose's story in 1912 because
I had so much fun creating this story.
I can't wait to tell their story in future years. Like, imagine this, how their life will look like in the roaring 20s, you know, with a new style for women and also like, you know, a lot of parties, and how their life might look like in the 2 world wars that they're going to go through, which is really sad. But don't worry, I'm not going to write any sad ending. I might write them like struggling at some point, but don't worry, there will be no sad endings because the whole point of this is fixing the sad ending. The golden age of Hollywood is also coming, you know, in the 50s, 40s, and like maybe Rose will even act alongside Audrey Hepburn, who knows? And now, let's get on with some other pages of my May diaries. This is the first page of my May diaries, May 1st, and this is actually my grandma and grandpa, their 44-year wedding anniversary, so they've been married for 44 years now. Wow! So. This is May 2nd, and well, you know, since I watched Titanic, I've also been obsessed with Celine Dion. Like, I've been listening to Celine Dion for like almost 2 months. So I have an app on my phone where you can basically like sing songs. They have like the background music for almost every song, and they have directions, so you can sing songs on there using your own voice. And we also have a microphone that projects your voice very nicely. So using those things, I am basically performing Celine Dion songs every single day at home now. These days, I'm basically just singing "Cause I'm Your Lady" and also "A New Day Has Come" in Celine Dion.
Yeah.
I don't have very good singing skills, so in order for me to hit the high notes,
I have to scream.
This page is basically about benefits of online learning. So even though I clearly love in-person school a lot better than online school, I still think online school can be very productive, and here are the benefits. First of all, I get to wake up to sunshine every day, and I get to wake up like an hour later. And second of all, there are 20-minute breaks between every classes, so it's so nice, and I can do homework and other stuff and also like play in my house, and I can also run before school every morning. Teams is actually really fun, and I can actually choose backgrounds when I open my camera. So like I usually will choose the Jack and Rose flying scene as my background, and we can also do together modes. Your background will be the new you. So wow, suddenly Jack and Rose is attending class for me. And on Audrey Hepburn's birthday on May 4th, I also switched to Audrey backgrounds the whole day, which is so fun.
And some people even turn to potatoes.
And I can also have movie nights every single night. Me with my bear Aman. Okay, this was May 7th, and this is basically the first time, I don't know how to say it in English, but I kind of twisted my leg that day. Well, last page of May, believe it or not. So yeah, I drew so little diaries this month, but all the diaries are pretty fun, I guess. So this is basically called A Fantasy. Basically, to understand this page of diary, you need context. Basically, I am currently 14 years old and I love movies. And I also love a lot of actresses. So, my mom is pretty strict. So, there are tons of movies that I want to watch but can't because of the rating. There are tons of movies rated R, and my mom said I can only watch them after I turn 18. It's probably good for me, but it's still quite sad. I literally keep a page in a document that says films I'm going to watch after I turn 18, and there's a whole list. So this diary is basically a fantasy about my life after I turn 18. Let me just read this first. It's a pain when I can't watch all the famous films starring my favorite people, such as almost all Rooney movies. It's okay, my time will come when I'm 18, in university, in my fantastic room, with total control over pillows and the remote. When I watch movies rated PG-13, this is how it looks like. My mom will hold a pillow and also the remote to like pause.
So my mom can be ready whenever she needs to like do this to my face. It's kind of funny.
What should I watch tonight? As you can see, these are some of the movie titles I want to watch.
Here's me happily watching interesting movies.
Imagine the day I turn 18 and I look back on this video and I look back on 14-year-old me wanting to watch my favorite actresses. For example, you know, I love Kate Winslet right now, so I really want to watch her Oscar-winning performance in The
So this is my fantasy.
And this concludes my May diaries. Yay!
Thank you guys so much for watching the story of Jack and Rose and also my May diaries. I know that this video structure is a little weirder than what I usually do for my diaries, but this is just how the month went. If you like it, please give this video a like and also consider subscribing to my channel because I'll be posting a lot of new content about my artworks and also about movies, especially Titanic. So if you want to see that, go subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you next time in June.